Response video. Cat's coughing up something. Anyway, vegetarianism and ethics 8. So Andy Kantavad has been obsessed with this guilt word now for, I guess, 3 of these videos, implying that somehow vegetarians and vegans or whatever are using some kind of cheat in their argumentation or in their attempt to persuade people to migrate from a harmful diet to one that's less harmful, and that there's reasons why they need to do that to be a good person. He's implying that we're manipulating people by, turning some sort of guilt screws in their neck or something. And it just seems like a completely pointless and idiotic argument. Again, it's more of his propaganda to keep implying that there's these draconian forces, comparing it to jihads and Sharia law and this oppressive force coming to get you because people make arguments and might put together some sort of contextual argument that might include some images or might include something else to change your perspective, to enhance your perspective, to focus your perspective. I remember when I was a kid, there was great public service commercials. There used to be an old Indian commercial, where an Indian be on his horse on the side of the road, and somebody throw trash on him or something, and that Indian would cry. Or he'd see pollution in the stream, and he'd cry a tear. And clearly, it's intended to provoke some sense of responsibility and guilt for soiling this precious land and all that stuff, and it invokes it can mean something to you. And likewise, images of the Native Americans, the Trail of Tears, stuff like that. The Holocaust, images of the Holocaust, never again. Why is this not a valid way to argue? Why is this not fair in terms of demonstrating to somebody that they might be wrong? I mean, anytime you migrate somebody from a wrong way of life to a right way of life, they're going to feel guilt about their previous crimes. I mean, if somebody is an alcoholic and they fucked people over in their life and made a mess of other people's lives and all that stuff, and they recover, okay, they reclamate, and then they, realize that they were complete assholes. They're going to feel guilty. Now, no one's trying to make them feel guilty. Nobody wants them to feel guilty. It's just that's going to be the byproduct of recognizing the wrong. You can't go from wrong to right without lamenting your past wrong. So there has to be some process of guilt. And this whole idea of somebody being able to impose guilt on somebody is, again, just nonsense. You can only feel guilty if you understand there to be some question or doubt about the rightness of what you're doing. Guilt can't affect you if you don't feel guilty, if you don't have some sense of there being some potential for wrongness. I mean, it's even more than just a potential. You sort of have to believe it is kind of goddamn wrong, or you can't feel guilty. So if somebody's using a weapon against you that's basically talking to your better judgment and saying, look, your better judgment already concedes the argument. You yourself know what you're doing is wrong, and you're just making rationalizations and excuses for it, because that would be the only reason why you would feel anything called guilt. So, unless you're talking about children, how is our adults aren't supposed to be responsible for their emotional reactions? And emotional reactions that can only take place if they basically are conceding the argument that's being made, that they are in fact guilty. You can't, like I said, you can't feel guilty if you know you're not doing something wrong. I mean, if somebody says I'm supposed to, jump on a grenade to save a bunch of Republicans, I'm going to feel perfectly comfortable saying I ain't fucking sitting on a pile of shit for a Republican. I'm not going to fill my pockets full of diamonds and walk home skipping for a Republican. If it makes a Republican's life better, I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to feel any guilt about it whatsoever, the motherfucking cunts. So nobody could make me feel guilty because I didn't do something for I didn't help an old Republican whore slut cunt across the street. I said, fuck you, bitch. I'm not going to feel guilty. Because she's already said fuck you to so many people in her fucking cunt useless prick life that she doesn't deserve any consideration now. She doesn't give any. Why should she get any? And I'm not going to feel guilty. You're not going to be able to make me feel guilty if a fucking Republican accidentally, sadly gets run over by a steamroller in a horrible little road repair accident. I'm not, their little Mercedes gets all squished. Yeah, you're not going to make me feel guilty. You're not going to make me shed any tears for the fucking cunt. So this is just bullshit. Who do you talk? You talk as if other people... This is so patronizing and insulting. And the irony is the assholes who'll sit there and keep rewarding you and kissing your stupid, dirty, flabby ass over this bullshit nonsense philosophy. I mean, you're insulting their intelligence. You're basically telling them they can't control their emotional guilt. This is so word policey. Like somehow we now can't make arguments. And no, don't use any images. Don't make it clear what's going on. The clearer you make the truth, no, you're committing a crime because that might make them feel guilty. Because then they'll have to concede, yeah, you're right. I always knew you were right, but those damn images prove it. And you just don't want anybody to ever be proven wrong? Is that it? I mean, this is just nonsense. I don't know why everybody isn't just saying this is just such goddamn bullshit. It's a crime to make somebody feel guilty? I mean, come on. This is just bullshit. And the highest order of bullshit. So, congratulations. If there's a little gold star we can give you for fucking phantasmagorically preposterous bullshit, you got it. Because this is a bullshit argument. It's just another cheap slander. Like somehow everybody else is committing a crime except for this straw man making, finger pointing cunt bastard who's telling everybody else they can't point a finger. I mean, we'll watch this video, right? Let's just play this damn thing. Here he is pointing a goddamn finger about pointing fingers.
Feeling guilty means that you have a healthy conscience. Deliberately applying guilt means that your conscience might need a little bit of work.
Yeah, so somehow it's wrong to make somebody feel guilty even if their guilt would be a productive mechanism in their constructive reclamation. So he can point a finger telling people they're pointing too many guilt fingers, but the guilt finger pointers can't point their finger and say, you're doing something wrong. You can tell other people they're wrong, that they somehow need their character worked on. But the people with character can't tell the people without character that they have low character and show them a picture of why they have low character. I call hypocrisy in the most grotesque, preposterous proportions. Thank you very much. There's nothing else to say. This is just bullshit. Bullshit.